Hello everyone and welcome back. Now as you can see, I'm still having a lot of issues with my internet, so hopefully it will hold for us to have at least 2 battles. And yeah, let's see if we can continue the at least undefeated streak, because we have won all 6 matches so far this week, so hopefully we can get another couple of wins here. I really hope we do get a couple of wins, and hopefully we find someone and those disconnects don't hurt us once again. Okay, no, we're up against Ian from the United States with a team of Rayquaza, Thunderous, Landorus, Mienshao, Ho-Oh, and Ferrothorn. So, pretty scary team, not gonna lie. That Mienshao kind of wants me not to lead, makes me want to not to lead Kangaskhan here. So, but Thunders is also a big issue for us. Now, I'm tempted to lead Kangaskhan's Smeargle actually. I'm really tempted to just do that. If he leads Mienshao Thunders though, that would be a huge problem for us. And Xerneas worth it? I think it is, but Ferrothorn is also kind of a big problem here. And we're not gonna have speed control since we're not bringing Talonflame. Now, if he leads anything that's not Thunderous Mienshao, I think we'll be in a good position. And he actually leads double Genies here, so that will allow me to get off my Dark Void. Although my Fake Out onto Thunderous is quite obvious, I'm still gonna go for that. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the Fake Out Dark Void. My Kangaskhan is intimidated, but I can get a Power Up Punch next turn to power up myself once more. Or I could bring in Xerneas to set up, potentially. So yeah, that's a crit. Yeah, that was definitely a crit. Thunderous flinches here. Dark Void connects with at least one Pokemon. Unfortunately though, Thunders also went for an attack, so they're both gonna take their turn 1 sleep. Oh wow, it's actually Lumberry Thunders. So at least Landorus is going to fall asleep, but Thunders went for an attack. Wait, what? Oh, I flinched Thunders, never mind. So he can now taunt the Smeargle, or he could Thunder Wave my Kangaskhan. Do I want to Power Up Punch and bring Groudon in just to avoid the taunt? That way next turn I can potentially protect and Eruption, although that will be pretty risky because of Landorus. That will be quite risky because of Landorus. But I could definitely switch out protect Groudon and bring in Smeargle potentially. Yep, he did go for the taunt, knowing I am Choice Scarfed. Yeah, there's my Power Punch. Hopefully Landorus doesn't wake up here. That's the main thing. Because he is kind of free. Okay, he doesn't wake up. So he is kind of free to go for an Earthquake here, because Thundurus does resist it. But he could also double up onto my Kangaskhan. I'm still gonna Sucker Punch the Landorus and Oh, I cannot protect. That's right. So, knowing that, I guess I'll return the Landorus. And gonna Eruption, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna Eruption. 3 turn sleep for Landorus would be amazing. There's a bit obvious Thunder Wave, but I guess that was to be expected as long as I don't get fully paralyzed here. Yeah, Landorus might be choice banned, but the +1 return is enough to get the KO, so that's absolutely great. And Thunderous will also go down to a full power Eruption here. I was actually writing down the... Apparently Landorus has Taunt and Thunder Wave. How broken would that be? But yeah, that's not the case, obviously. Now there's Ho-Oh, which does wall my Groudon very nicely and my Xerneas. But the good thing here is I do have my Choice Scarf Smeargle. Unfortunately, I am paralyzed with my Kangaskhan, so he could try to double up onto that slot, but he cannot burn me. So I'm gonna return the Ho-Oh because that's the most scary Pokemon. Or maybe I should Sucker Punch the Ho-Oh. No, I'm gonna go for a return onto Ho-Oh and a Flamethrower or an Eruption. Nope. Yeah, I'm gonna return Ho-Oh and I'm gonna go for an Eruption here, because if he double targets Kang, at least I get a full power Eruption here. Not in the sun, unfortunately, but if not, I can deal some damage, I guess, to the other two. And my Xerneas should be able to handle that Rayquaza as long as it's not choice banned. Yeah, Rayquaza goes for a protect, so that's perfect, like best case scenario. There's the Eruption. My Groudon is faster than Ho, so it will deal some damage at least. That's like 20%. Oh wow, that was a critical hit. And he goes for a Sacred Fire onto Kangaskhan. But as long as I don't... Wow, and he gets a critical hit, but I don't get fully paralyzed. So this +1 return, yeah, it takes down Ho just with the first hit. So that's just absolutely amazing here. Now, I could Sucker Punch. I guess that is my best play in order to guarantee him going for the extreme speed. And... I mean, would he extreme speed Groudon? He wouldn't do too much damage, so I'm just gonna Eruption again because, yeah, there's the extreme speed onto Kangaskhan, takes it down. That's perfectly fine. That's now he's going to receive a full power single target Eruption. He is life orbed, and I do have Xerneas and my Choice Scarf Smeargle in the back. So we're honestly in a pretty perfect position here. My Dark Void should eventually hit. He can only single target either of my Pokemon. So even if he has Waterfall to take down Groudon, that's perfectly fine. I'm gonna Flamethrower this time because I think he will target Groudon, and just to be safe. He just goes for the extreme speed though, and that's okay. He takes Smeargle down, that's perfectly fine. With the Life Orb recoil, Flamethrower might not be enough to take down Rayquaza. Yeah, it's not enough, but Xerneas is coming in, and he only has 1 attack left, and I have 2 Pokemon left. And barring a critical hit, Dragon Ascent should not KO either of my Pokemon. So I guess he will make it a 1-0 win, perhaps, if he gets a crit, but at the end the score doesn't really matter. It doesn't even matter in real life tournaments in terms of tiebreakers. So yeah, Xerneas is going to Moonblast the heck out of this Rayquaza, or never mind, he just gets KO'd, 2 Life Orb recoil damage, and that's the game. So we are 7-0 so far. 7-0. I actually know the results of tomorrow's video. because I did record in a weird order. So if you're not going to watch tomorrow's video in Spanish, I think you should. Even if you don't speak Spanish, you should, because all the text is in English, so you can follow what's going on. And I'm really happy that there's like the connection seems to be stabilized by now, so hopefully we can keep that up. We're actually going up against a fellow Mexican player from Yucatan. So, wow, Ludicolo. Okay. Xerneas, Landorus, another Landorus, Ludicolo, Rayquaza, Kangaskhan, and Klefki. So, I'm really liking Kangaskhan Talonflame, except for Landorus. Landorus might make me just rethink my whole strategy. I'm gonna lead Salamence and Smeargle or Talonflame. I think Smeargle. I think I could really surprise my opponent with a fake out from Smeargle actually. I really think it's worth it to just go Salamence Smeargle and then go my restricted Pokemon in the back. Landorus is definitely scary here, but my Intimidate would make it a bit less scary, and I could put it to sleep, potentially 2-hit KO it with a Hyper Voice and then a Draco Meteor. So we'll see how this goes. He leads Klefki Kangaskhan actually, so he could potentially Thunder Wave my Salamence here. See, there's two things here. He might expect the Spiky Shield right off the bat. He might even fake out Salamence, or he could just go for the Crafty Shield. So, what do I do here? I guess I will Hyper Voice, and I will fake out the Kangaskhan, because that will really surprise him to see a Smeargle outspeed him and get a fake out of. And that will net me free damage onto both Pokemon with Hyper Voice. And I really expect Klefki to go for a Crafty Shield here. And if he was trying to be fancy and fake out my Salamence and then Crafty Shield back my Dark Void, this will nullify that. He actually goes for the Safeguard. So, that's fine because I am locked to fake out anyways. And now I can get a one-hit KO on Kangaskhan for sure with my Draco Meteor here. So I'm gonna switch out Smeargle out onto Groudon. I really don't fear anything other than the Landorus with my Groudon here. Rayquaza, I mean, does a lot of damage, but Xerneas and Ludicolo are not too threatening. Klefki can go for the Swagger, which is definitely annoying, but he doesn't know what kind of Groudon what kind of Groudon I am, so he might not be willing to risk raising my special attack. He actually goes for a Light Screen though, so that means my Draco Meteor will not KO now. Ugh. Safeguard, Light Screen. Yeah. Barely misses the KO. So this is the second turn. What? Ice Punch Kangaskhan. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna Draco Meteor again. And Ice Punch Kangaskhan. And I'm gonna Eruption. If he Sucker Punches my Salamence, he Sucker Punches my Salamence. It's not a big deal because an Eruption, despite the Light Screen, should get a KO on both Pokemon. He actually withdraws Klefki. He brings in Landorus to intimidate both my Pokemon, but if he targeted Salamence with a Sucker Punch. He's going down to an Eruption. The Draco Meteor, even though it's at -2, might get the KO. Yes, it does get. Perfect. So my Salamence is pretty useless, but this Landorus T will get a full power Eruption, and despite the light screen, I really doubt it will survive. Oh, unless unless it has a Focus Sash. But that's fine, because that means my Salamence outspeeds, and I shouldn't have to worry about that. Xerneas is definitely a problem though, and a big one at that, because I can Hyper Voice here and KO the Landorus, which means I can Eruption, get a full power Eruption onto Xerneas. Oh wow, he has Protect. But, ugh, that Protect. Yeah, his Xerneas, if it's Timid, wow, he actually goes for Dazzling Gleam. That's perfect. I'd rather him go for that than a Geomancy, honestly. This is the fourth turn, I believe, of Light Screen. So yeah, he did protect Landorus, but now nothing stops my Smeargle from just abusing Dark Void, or I could just get the KO on Landorus with my Fake Out here. But I'm gonna risk the Dark Void at this point, and I'm gonna go for another Eruption right here. Oh, wow. That was so silly of me. That was absolutely silly. I should have just Fake Out. I forgot about the safeguard. Now he decides to Earthquake, and he KOs, gets a crit on his Xerneas, so he KOs both of us. His Kangaskhan is down. His Xerneas is down. He still has Klefki, right? Oh man, I miscounted. Wow. What does Klefki have against me? Still has a turn of Light Screen, but I should outspeed his Landorus here. Or do I Protect? Because he might have Thunder Wave. He might Protect and try to Thunder Wave, which would be terrible. I'm gonna Protect to scout out what he does. I should be faster than Landorus. Yeah, there's a Thunder Wave, okay. And he goes for a knockoff, okay. So, oh boy. He can now protect the Landorus, actually. So I'm gonna go for a Dazzling Gleam. He doesn't protect, so I should be faster than Landorus, I think. So as long as I don't get fully paralyzed, which I don't, Landorus will go down. So I made a huge misplay with that Smeargle. But Klefki has shown Safeguard, Light Screen, and Thunder Wave. So I really doubt it has any sort of attacking move. Oh wow, he has Flash Cannon. I just lost to an offensive Klefki. I have no words. I just lost and ruined my perfect week to a 1400 rated player with a Flash Cannon Klefki. Oh my god. Flash Cannon Klefki. 1400 player. Oh boy. Oh boy. How I can get third place or win premier challenges, and then that safeguard turn was just dreadful. Landers would have never been able to attack. That was terrible, guys. I'm not gonna lie. That was absolutely terrible. And I apologize for that. No excuses. Absolutely no excuses. Man. Okay. Flash Cannon Klefki, guys. I'm speechless. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I was really confident towards the end. I was sure he didn't have any attacking move. Those Klefkis usually don't. But alas, he did. And he had the worst possible move, Flash Cannon, which is apparently a 2-hit KO on Xerneas. I figured that probably had some investment in special attack. I don't know, guys. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow in the Spanish videos. Bye bye.